The reason why grief is so heavy and so hard to work through is because a lot of what grief is in terms of neuroscience involves a part of your brain called the hippocampus. And the hippocampus is like the memory center of the brain. And the way that memory works is not like a filing cabinet where it's like, oh, I remember on January 1st, I flew on a plane to Knoxville, Tennessee, to Denver, Colorado. Like, even though that's true, that's accurate about my life. That's not how memory is stored in the brain. The way memory is stored in the brain is that your hippocampus pulls from all these different parts of your brain that stores sensory information. Your temporal lobe, your occipital lobe, your parietal lobe, your insula. All of this is like seeing, taste, touch, hearing, smelling, feeling. That's how memory works. So when I remember something, like, something that I'm going through right now is just like I'm moving to a different state, and this state reminds me of somebody that I used to know. And so every time I see the trees and the Tennessee license plates and like the Buc-ee's stops, I remember this person. And so when we were experiencing grief, we have this memory come back to us, right, through our senses. And because there's nowhere to place it in our current lived reality, this is a part of our brain called the anterior cingulate cortex. It creates a mental map of reality, and it's constantly checking against our lived experience. Like, is this actually true? When there's a mismatch of like, I remember this experience in person and I feel it. You don't remember things like as an episode. You remember them as sensations and feelings. When you like re-remember those things and then you have nowhere to put it in your current existence, that gap is what creates grief, the experience of grief. Like the fact that you're not able to hug this person or to see this person or to like, not to be weird, but like everybody has like a scent to them, like to smell them or like, you know what I mean? Like our senses, like that, like experience cannot occur again. To be able to like hear their car pull up in the driveway again, that's grief. That's grief. Like I feel grief even just like saying those things. I feel sadness. And when our brain knows that like we'll never be able to see them again, we'll never be able to hug them again, we'll never see their car pull up in the driveway, that's what creates the experience of grief. And the recommendations from psychologists and neuroscientists is to play the memory out in full, to have it go to completion, which is the most painful part of grief, is to like fully let it play out, fully let yourself sit in the sadness. And why is that so important? The people who actually heal through grief in the most complete way let themselves feel it. Why? Because you need to update your brain that like this is our reality now. It's like this does not exist. But you have to feel the pain, the full complete pain of their absence, of this person or this job or this thing's absence, in order for the brain to understand that like this is our new lived reality. The anterior cingulate cortex needs a new mental map of reality of like this person no longer exists in our life. This thing no longer exists in our life. And for whatever reason, like that just helps me know that like my brain so naturally understands how to process grief. That's why it keeps bringing these things up. That's why everything reminds me of this person. That's why I feel these feelings. That's why everything feels so visceral, like down to like things I see just reminding me, or the sounds or whatever. And it's like it's your brain's attempt of updating its operating system, of saying like, what is actually true, what is actually real about this right now. And it's funny, I'll go into this in another video, like stress impacts your ability to process grief like in a significant way. But I just had to share this for somebody who's going through grief right now because I was looking this up the other day and I was like, wow, that's so fascinating. I feel like I could do a whole deep dive on this on my page.